Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with Rooted in the Rock, and I've got something dropping from the education branch right now. Hey everyone, welcome to Rooted in the Rock. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm going to talk a little about traveling while homeschooling. How are we doing this? We're in a situation at the moment. I'm kind of sharing it in real time. I'm going to share how it's going, what we're doing. Now, there's going to be a homeschool trip coming up. This is not that. This is not like a vacation trip. This is not a field trip. This is technically, my mom had a procedure thing done, and so we've come up to stay with my mom for a week and a half or so just to help out, make sure, because, after people have things done, a lot of times they can't lift anything over 5 pounds, stuff like that. So we've just come to, help out for a while. Now, here's what we're doing. So as you know, we are using the Accelerated Christian Education curriculum, so the ACE PACES, which I've talked about before, are so handy dandy for travel because, let me reach in here and grab one. I've got some blank ones here. So these are super, this is math. Look how thin that is. It's almost like a magazine size and thickness, okay? So of course we have one of these for every single subject. And so they're super easy and portable. If you need to go for a doctor's appointment, the kids can always, bring it and work while they're waiting, whatever. So they're super portable and handy. Now, here's the thing. So we've ended up actually bringing more along with us than I thought. So I thought, oh, you just grab your PACES and go, right? Well, but it depends on how long you're staying wherever you're going, because what if you get to the end of the PACE and you're ready for the next one? Do you have the next one with you? You've got to think ahead. And not only that, but the kids are responsible at certain points in the PACE. They have to go back and score. They have to check with the answer key and check their answers. So you've got to bring your answer keys with you too. You actually got to bring more than you think. And not only that, so here's the thing. We were packing and I was like, I didn't think about bringing that much with us. Now, we brought at least twice as much with us than we thought we would. However, it's still not a lot. I'm going to show you. So I have in my Norwex bag here, it's like a reusable shopping bag, okay? So all of our school stuff, all of it, including my binder, I'll show you, both are scoring binders, except for I'll show you their current work stash too. But I brought, let me see if I can pull this down a little bit. Scooch it down. So in this bag, I have my teacher binder. In my binder, I've shared my binder with you before, but I have a sheet protector that I have all their, when you give them their ACE PACE, you take the test out of the middle, and I have each kid's stack of tests I have in a page protector in my binder. I keep them with me. Now, when you read the parent manual, when you're setting up and all of that, a lot of times it tells you, you have a certain space in your home where you keep the tests and the answer keys and all of that in a separate place where they don't get into them. The safest for me, where we're not down in our basement is still getting finished. Our space isn't quite done. We're still on the kitchen table. And so for me, it was just easier because this binder goes along with me everywhere. So for school. So I have all their tests of their current PACES. For one child, I have one page protector and all her tests are in that one. And then all the tests in the other one. And then I have my test answer keys. They are hole punched. I have my test answer keys in the keys section of my binder as well. I have shared all the calendar in other videos, what I've done with that. So I have my binder in here. And then what I did for them, so you're supposed to set up a separate area for scoring for the kids. And what we've done is we have the dining room table we've been working at, but then we have this little smaller round table. It's like an antique ice cream table or whatever that we got from family. It's over there as well. So really they go to the other table to do their scoring when they're done and ready. And I have all of their, let's see if I can do this with one hand, answer keys. And so they have the answer key for each subject of what pace they're currently on in this binder. And so they each have one. This is A's keys and that one's K's keys. And in there. And then, so we are at the point in our paces where some of them, before we get home, they'll get to the end of the pace and be ready for the next one. So I just went ahead and pulled the next pace for every subject for both kids. So I already pulled out 2 of them. I have those right here. So it's about this thick. It's still not too bad. This is minus 2 of them. This is the next pace in every single subject for both kids. And then, okay, so the answer keys, it's not one answer key for, it has about 3 paces worth in each answer key. So and we happen to be, the week that we're on week 7. We just finished week 7. So we're in finishing up pace number 3, going to pace number 4. And so the first set of answer keys has the first 3 paces. And then, so I have the next, these are thicker. I have the next set of answer keys for each subject for each kid as well. So it's about not even a foot worth, okay? Not even a foot worth of space. It all fit into a reusable shopping bag. So we did that. And then, so for our school stuff, that's all of it except for like their current paces, their workstation materials. And what we've done with that is I had my husband run to the store. It was actually Walmart because it's near where we do some other things. And because I was thinking, because I completely forgot the last time we were at Target. And so I had him go to Walmart and get you remember those it's a standard magazine file. They call them magazine files. You remember back, if you're older, you might remember back in the day when you would go to the library and they would have magazines and they would organize the magazines in these magazine files, okay? So these are metal. They were like it was $8 and some change, I think, for these. I was thinking just get the cheap plastic ones that are a couple of bucks, but these were the only ones they had while he was there. A bunch of the shelves were empty or whatever, so whatever, that's what we got, which is fine, because when we're down in the basement, these will look better anyway, because actually, I was thinking, when we get down to the basement, they'll have their desks and their workstations, and I can use these with my library stuff to put the old zoo books and whatever magazines in. But actually, I think we're going to keep using these. These have turned out really, really good. So where we've been at the dining room table, and I was like, we need to be able to clean up in between instead of leaving school stuff out on the table all the time. So this has been really helpful for their space to keep from, instead of having, a flat stack of their books and all their stuff in their workspace, they put them up in here. So in here, she's got all of her paces. She's got her Bible journaling notebook. She's got her pencil pouch with pencils and crayons and whatever it is. And her literature book is also in here, and her pencil and her eraser. So everything she needs to do her schoolwork is all in this handy dandy, and it's nice and neat and tidy. And when she's, she just takes one out at a time as she does it. Oh, her goal card is in here somewhere too. Oh, there it is. And so nice and tidy. This has been fantastic. And for traveling, honestly, so we put everything in the grocery bag, and these could have gone in a grocery bag or something like that, but really these just sat in the trunk, nice and tidy, just the way they were, and it was fine. depending on where you're going and what you're doing, you might need to put it in a bag for easy carrying if you got to go up a bunch of stairs, or I don't know, depending on how you pack your trunk and what kind of vehicle you have. But for us, we just slid it right in the trunk next to the other bags, and they were fine. So this is what we've been doing. So this is my youngers. My olders is a little bit more packed because she has highlighters that she uses and a calculator, and she has her little, we have found these little Pom Pals. These are Aurora Pom Pals, and these are the cutest, softest little buddies, and this has been her schooling buddy. He's fun, and she keeps him at her little desk buddy, right? She keeps him at her desk, and so this one is a little more packed. She's got all her paces, she's got the clipboard, she's got her highlighters, her calculator, because the older ones start using calculators, of course, in math. Her Bible journal, which is much thicker than the other one. Her Bible study book, all her, like I said, all her highlighters, pens, all the things are in here. Let's shove his little booty back in there. Okay, so this is hers. It's a little more packed. So her literature book actually doesn't fit in her. It doesn't actually fit in her little station thing. I don't even know what we call these. It's a magazine file. But anyway, those have been, it's over $8 depending on who you are. It's really not that expensive, but for what a difference it has made in our space, those have been amazing. They're so worth it. I'm so glad we thought of that and went to get them. And so at home, we have this cabinet, we have our big table, and we do the schoolwork, and then like on the weekend, we can put all our schoolwork away in the cabinet, and those just slide so neatly into the cabinet, and they're out of sight, and it's great. So now, that's more setup. So that was all the stuff. We brought all of that with us. So that is like everything we need for several weeks. Because, what if I have appointments that we need to get back for, but, whatever. So we're good for several weeks. We've got the answer keys, we've got the paces, and all our workstation stuff, and it's great. So how has it been going? There's the question. How has it gone? How have we done? Actually, so I was curious. I'm going to put my feet up and get comfortable here. Actually, I was curious. I was like, okay, how is this going to go? Because we're in, at someone else's house, basically, in someone else's space. And my mom has the dining room table. But so what we've been doing is the girls have been working in the morning at the dining room table. Now, my older one, her math was pretty hard. This last pace was really timed. Like, it was taking her a long time. She was up to like 3 o'clock several days trying to get all her work done, just because it took her so long with the math. However, she's finally finished that one. Good grade on the test. It turned out good. But so now she started a brand new pace today, and she was done like that. It was a different section of algebra, and it was easier for her, more stuff that she's done before, and she just breezed through it. So they were both done. If they get up and they start on their work early enough, they can be done by lunchtime. If you spend enough hours and you pound it out. So my girls were really great this morning. They got up, they were started on their work, and they, got it all done. So, and they're still doing the amount of pages that, for our schedule that they need to do. So it's actually gone pretty well. If there was an issue with like noise, like someone watching TV or something like that, they could always, go to a bedroom to do it. You don't have to do it at the table and take up the main part of the house. There was one day I was like, why don't you, there's a table out on the patio, and they went outside because it was so nice out. Right now, the temperature's cooler in the morning. We're getting into fall. Tomorrow is the first official day of fall. And the temperature has been going down a little more at night, which is amazing. So in the morning, it's nice. And I was like, why don't you go outside? You can sit at the table outside and work. Why not? But there was like a wasp or something flying around and that scared them and they came in. So that was a bust. But if you're traveling, you can do a kitchen table, or like if you have clipboards like we have. I don't think we brought the other one. I have a thicker one that my younger one uses. I don't think we brought it, but we could run to Target or something, get another one. But with clipboards, you can work anywhere. You can sit on the floor somewhere. You can lay on the floor. You can find a cozy chair in a corner. You could lay on a bed. You could do pretty much wherever you want. If if you've got a clipboard or something hard to put underneath it, you could do it anywhere. So far, this is our first experience traveling, taking the homeschooling with us, and so far it's been totally fine, mostly normal. The first day was a little distracting. The first day was kind of, they're distracted by all the different noises and the things going on. But today was like piece of cake. It was fantastic. It was even better than at home. They were so focused because they wanted to get done so they can play with grandma, right? But, motivation, okay? So it has been, it's so not stressful. We're not worried about missing school, or like in our county, as soon as you miss 5 days, or is it the 6th day? If you miss more than 5 days, or I think it's when you miss 5 days, I don't know. Anyway, there's that magic number around 5 or 6. If you miss that many days of school, unexcused absences, so not a sick day, they'll send you an Astigram. They will send you a letter home and be like, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what about family vacations that happen to be during the school year? Or, those are technically unexcused absences, and they will send you a letter and hound you about it. So, but we don't have to worry about that because we're homeschooling and it's been going great. Now, our Bible time, usually at home, we do more Bible time together. And that's our first subject. We like doing that first. We haven't really done our Bible time like normal while we're traveling. So that one I'm still kind of like, that one doesn't travel as well because we're not doing like a particular Bible curriculum. We've been reading a book together and journaling our Bible verses and that kind of thing. So you can journal your Bible verses anywhere, but that's usually when we start a new pace, we journal them, and then we don't have to do that again. So that's one thing that I'm like, I haven't really figured that out. That one doesn't travel as well because it's not, a lot of times it's reading and personal study and talking about it, and that one doesn't travel as well. However, it's only a week or so. We'll be okay. So that one I'm like, but the rest of it has traveled fantastically, and with our little totes, and I just keep all these things, so when we're done we just put everything back in the bag and put everything away, and it's all neat and tidy, and it's not taking up too much space. So it's been great. I just wanted to share that with you just so you can see, okay, what is it like when you travel? How do you travel with this stuff? How does, do you still, some people might say, okay, we're only taking English and math and we're going to do field trips or whatever for the rest of it. This trip, however, we're at grandma's, so we can do all our subjects just like normal. There's nowhere we have to go every day, so it's easier. Now coming up, we are going to have a homeschool trip, and so I'm going to share how we're doing it there. When we go to that one, we are not going to, my original plan was to take the curriculum with us, do the work in the morning, and then go do the fun things. However, I'm actually changing that plan. I'm going to share that later. That's going to be big. I need to work on my plan for that. Before we still have like a couple months, but I got to work on, I'm going to make us a custom homeschool plan. So I'm going to share later. So if you want to catch that, make sure you subscribe so you can catch that. That'll just be in a couple of months at most. But I'll share okay, we're going somewhere, we're going to do fun things, but we're also going to make it educational. It's really technically a field trip, not just a vacation. This specific trip, it's just me and the girls. It's not a family vacation. We're actually making it a homeschool field trip, but we're not going to be doing our normal curriculum. How do we take a trip and turn it into, how do we make things educational? How can we find educational opportunities in a more vacation-like environment? It's totally possible, totally doable. As a teacher, like, I'm in the habit of doing that kind of thing anyway, but a lot of people aren't. That's just one of my things. So I will share that with you later. So make sure you subscribe if you want to make sure you don't miss that video later. Like if the video was helpful or if you liked it, and if you're enjoying them, that is great. Hopefully this has been helpful and informative, and I hope everyone has a great week. I remembered to do the like and subscribe thing. It's fine. And we'll see how many times I get interrupted. So, here's the sitch. No, that's lame. I am not Kim Possible. It's fine. It's fine. I was gonna film outside in the backyard, and then my mom decided that she wanted to go out and get some sun. So, inside it is. It's fine. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit. Start over. Today, I am going to talk a little about. Doesn't feel right.